going? What's up, guys? Welcome back to another podcast. I got a special guest. He drove all the way here from College Station, man. Listen, I want him to tell his story, man. I met him online. He reached out to me, and he said, you know what, let's connect. And so we're about to connect right now, and we're about to talk about his story. Welcome to the podcast, big dog.
Yes, sir. Excited to be here. Appreciate you for having me.
All right, so before we get started, man, I want you to introduce yourself. Tell the people about you.
So I'm a Christian, first and foremost, from a small town of Caldwell, Texas. It's about 25 minutes from College Station. I was raised in a single-parent household. My mom raised me, my brother, and my two little sisters. And I'm the oldest, so I had to be the man of the house at a young age.
Ooh, that's tough, too.
Yeah. I ended up going to Texas A&M University. I spent 4 years there, played football. And I was, when my football career suddenly came to an end, I was kind of at a crossroad. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. But I knew I still wanted to be involved in the game. And I was introduced to coaching and immediately fell in love with it.
Wow.
So I've been doing it ever since. And yeah.
So are you teaching the same position you played?
Yeah, I coach DBs and coach track.
Oh, you track too?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Man, that's track and football. They kind of similar, but they're a little different, huh?
Yeah, way different.
Way different.
Somebody could be good at track and not know a lick of football.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Cause I could not remember, like, okay, so how you ran track?
Yeah. I ran track in high school.
Oh, wow. Wow. So I heard you say 4 years. What made you choose because now we in the era where people getting paid.
Yeah.
People going from place to place. So what made you stay for 4 years though, instead of like, man, I'm gonna try another school?
So during my time at Texas A&M, there wasn't no NIL.
Okay.
And I just immediately fell in love with everything about Texas A&M. You know, when kids are getting recruited, their first offer is usually from a smaller school, smaller D1 school.
That's true.
My first offer was from Texas A&M, so that was a huge deal. Big SEC school. They're the first school, that took a chance on me before any other school did. And by my junior year in high school, when all these schools were flying in to come see me, I kind of felt like I was wasting their time in a sense.
Okay.
I had LSU, Oklahoma flying in to come see me because I was.
But your mind was already made up.
Yeah, my mind was already locked in on Texas A&M.
Okay.
So I shut my recruitment down early, committed to A&M. Spent 4 years there. Like I said, I played DB. I was more of a nickel, which is the mixture of a safety and a linebacker.
Gotcha.
Coach Elko, who's the head coach now at A&M, was my DC when I was playing. So he would put me in on critical third down situations. He would send me in on a lot of blitzes, and I love blitzing. I love hitting people. So I love that, and sometimes he would put me in on critical situations where I had to guard the best receiver on the field.
Hey.
I had to guard guys like Jalen Waddle, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, guys like that who during my time were the best receivers in the nation.
Of course.
So
some of them guys still in the NFL too.
Oh, yeah. All of them are.
Oh, okay.
So it showed a lot of trust that he had in me to do that.
Okay.
And my freshman year, I had redshirted. My sophomore year, I was more of a special teams guy, but I ended up getting 2 concussions throughout my sophomore season that kept me off the field. And then
so how long you had to stay out? When you get a concussion, how long you got to stay out?
So it depends how bad it is. So you have to go through like protocols and all that trying to get back, but it all varies.
So usually when you get one concussion, do another one come quickly, or because sometimes it's kind of like your body kind of adjusting to like the concussions.
Yeah, like it depends. Like I said, how bad it is. Because the brain is nothing to play with. Like you got to let it heal.
That's true.
So yeah, I've been through numerous concussions that we'll get to here in a little bit. But my junior year is when things really started going well for me. I started popping off, making plays. Had a breakout year, and then my senior season is when things kind of started going downhill for me.
I got you.
And it was cut short due to a lot of stuff I had went through.
So, and this is kind of off the record though. So when you backpedaling, because I like to look at some of this stuff. Are you backpedaling with already your foot to the left, ready to right, like ready to run, or are you a 2-step backpedaler? Because like You know what I'm saying? Do that make sense?
What do you mean? Like,
so like, cause Dion kind of explained it a little bit of like how he used to backpedal. You know what I'm saying? How he turned to the side already before some people they face you straight up, and then Dion said he kind of turned to the side, getting ready for whatever you try to do. So like, what's your
Dion? He was mainly a corner, so
Okay.
I think he's talking about like how he was pressed.
Yeah,
but I was more of a nickel.
Okay, I got
so
you.
I wasn't really pressed a lot. You know, I was playing off, feet staggered, you know, and just
got you. But you used to come downhill though, so that's what I know. You probably used to love that part.
Yeah, I freaking love hitting people, man. Like that's probably why I ended up getting a lot of concussions.
Wow. You know, I want to ask you a couple questions because I think this is going to be good for the audience because a lot of times people don't understand. Like you said, your senior year things went down. So tell me some of the things that you had to overcome, though. You know, because I want you kind of correlate. You say you had to already be the man of the house because you're the oldest. But how you correlate that? Like, what are some of the, like? Let's put them all together, though. What's some of the things you have to overcome?
So what people don't know is my whole entire career at A&M, there was never a game where I was healthy. Like there was always something I had to go through, whether it was a concussion, groin, hamstring, hip flexor. There was always something I had to play through, and you couldn't really tell because I was still making plays.
Gotcha.
But I was on a lot of pain meds throughout those games. But when things started really happening, it was the start of my senior season. We were in fall camp. And fall camp, for people watching who don't know, is a 4-week training camp right before the season. It's a nonstop grind of practice, walkthroughs, meetings.
Crazy.
Workouts. And it's 4 weeks straight. So you only
is it 6 days or 1 day? You get 1 day off.
So it's only 2 days off within that whole 4 weeks.
30 days. Within 30 days, you get
2 days off.
Okay,
and it's not really like a legit day off. You still have meetings and stuff like that, but just days off of practice. So it's a grind. In my opinion, it's the hardest part of college football. So it was the start of fall camp, and we were in the 3rd day of fall camp, and I broke on an out route. We were doing one-on-ones, and I felt a pop in my groin in a pool.
Ooh, man.
Fell to the ground. Come to find out, I messed up that whole area bad. It was all jacked up. And during that moment, it was real devastating because I was predicted to be the starter. I was going with the ones, getting reps with the ones. And it was real devastating because everything I worked for as a kid to be a starter in the SEC was just snatched like that.
How'd that mess with your psyche, though?
Man, I'm about to get
Okay.
I remember I'm having to go through rehab and trying to get back on the field. And I remember one day I was at home and just the wave of emotions that came over me were emotions I've never felt before.
Wow.
Just like loneliness, complete sadness, anxiety through the roof. Come to find out, I was going through forms of depression. I was depressed. And during that time, I didn't even know what depression was.
Oh, wow.
So I just kept trying to, push through it. And I ended
What year was this, 2020?
This 2020, that COVID year. So that whole year was kind of weird. So I ended up talking to a psychologist at the university. He kind of walked me through some things to help me get back. And things kind of going as normal. I'm still trying to get back on the field. Like 3 weeks go by, fall camp's already pretty much over. I missed the whole fall camp.
Man.
I'm not the starter going into week 1, but I'm second string.
But you still get to go in the game, though? Second string, or they don't really go in the game?
Yes, kind of, a little bit.
Okay.
But week 2, I remember we played Alabama, and the starting nickel at the time had went down. So that was my chance to go in the game. And I immediately get in the game, start flying around, making plays, feeling like my old self again. I ended up starting my starting job back and finishing that year. I had a pretty good year. And we finished that season 9-1. Our only loss was to Bama that year.
Gotcha.
And I remember we ended up getting invited to the Orange Bowl game in Miami. And I remember the week of bowl prep, we were doing a hit and drill. And, I hit my head pretty good a few times, but didn't really think none of it.
I got you.
Adrenaline going through me. When I get locked in,
you ain't think about that else.
Yeah, not thinking about nothing. But I remember going home that night, fell asleep, woke up in the middle of the night and to get some water, and I was stumbling. I was dizzy, nauseous.
Did you want to report it or not really?
You said what?
Did you want to report it or not really?
Yeah.
Because, sometimes we like, man, if I report it, they're going to set me out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to get to that. So, I was thinking, man, I probably got a freaking concussion because I've had concussions in the past. I had one when I was 7.
Gotcha.
One when I was in high school. 2 my sophomore year that I mentioned, and then this was my last one. So I ended up going to the training room that next morning. They run me through tests. Come to find out I did have a concussion, a pretty bad one. And, they kind of sat me down and was like, Devin, this is your 5th concussion. Like, it's time to start thinking about some things because if you get another one, it could be very detrimental.
Ooh, so it's a number on concussions.
Kinda.
Okay. Because I don't think people know that though. I don't think people know like once you get to a certain amount. Because people are like, all right, I'm a good. Because we all live in this superhero type. As athletes, as athletes, you live in this superhero. Like, man, I'm invincible.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I think people need to know like once you get to 6, your career might be over with.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what they were trying to tell me, and I wasn't trying to hear that. I felt like everything I was, working for since I was a kid was slipping from my grasp. NFL dreams, all that.
That's
so
tough.
I didn't take that well. I stormed out of there. And that scene on Friday Night Lights with Boobie Miles?
Oh, yeah.
After his his injury, he went in the car, started crying with his uncle. That's kind of to give you a picture of how it felt. So I remember I'm going through protocol and a few days go by and the wave of emotions come back. It's way worse this time.
Wow.
I didn't want to leave my house, see anybody, talk to anybody. And still to this day, I don't really know if it was symptoms from the concussion or it just came out of nowhere like the last time. Because when you get a concussion, some symptoms could be depression symptoms, sadness. So still to this day, I don't really know.
So let me ask you a question, though, because I want you to finish, but I do want to ask you a question. Mental health wasn't that important back then, huh? Was it for you guys? Like today, mental health is everything. So.
I mean, it was important, but you didn't have as many people speaking up.
I got you.
Like me doing right now.
I got you.
So during that time, I ended up talking to psychologists again, and I was telling them like, man, I'm going through this stuff again. I can't be in this environment. I got to take some time away, try to get back mentally. And I ended up wanting to tell Coach Fisher, who was our head coach at the time. Almost had an anxiety attack going to tell him because I didn't know how he was going to react.
Oh, yeah.
But I went up there and he was extremely supportive, telling me to take my time getting back. They're here for me, things like that. So that's what I did. I ended up taking some time off. And I remember one day God was trying to tell me, like, maybe this is it. Maybe it's time to hang him up with all the concussions I was going through, all the mental health stuff.
So you want to think about NFL no more?
During that time, no. I was still,
because usually, athletes, it's like, the ultimate goal is the league for. I don't care what sport you play, So it's like,
it was extremely hard, man.
It was
the transition. That was the hardest thing I've ever done up to this point in my life. So stepping away, and I decided to medically retire from the game.
Okay,
a game that I was playing since I was 7 years old. It was real tough. And
because I think people didn't know, how do you fade into your purpose when you going through the depression? You know what I'm saying? Like, tell us, like, what made you find your purpose? Like, how did you get there? Because I think a lot of times there's people in their 40s, 50s still like, man, I don't know. It's like they beating themselves up for something, for you to be so young.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kind of fade into a question in a minute though. But what made you find your purpose though? How did you find it though?
So after I wanted to make a post on my social media to let people know that, like my family, friends, teammates, that what I was going through, and I'll be stepping away. I was real nervous to do that. I didn't know the feedback I was going to get. And I was blown away by all the support that I did receive when I posted it. I had fans reaching out. I had NFL players I looked up to reach out, saying like, we respect you. People don't know what we go through and things like that. So it was a huge blessing in disguise during that time. And I remember shortly after I posted that, like a few weeks after, it was graduation. So I ended up graduating.
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, like, man, what do I want to do now? And I remember I still wanted to be around football. And I remember this class I took my junior year of college. It was a coaching class.
Okay.
And I met with the guy that taught it during that time. And I kind of sat him down, told him my story. And he was like, man, I appreciate you for telling me. I think you'll be an awesome coach. So
that was that transparent moment.
Yeah, that was kind of where I transitioned into that next phase of my life. So, yeah, man, he's basically laid the foundation for me, told me all the ins and outs of coaching. And if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, changing people's lives, making an impact in coaching.
So you've been do you mind telling your age?
I'm 27.
You're 27. So you've been a 27-year-old coach.
Yeah.
Talking to an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old. All right, sometimes 22. You know, how do you feel like the respect factor? Do you feel like they respect you because what you already done? Or like how that work out? Like the athletes, the younger athletes, like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, you 27. So, a lot of times people are like, man, you just a little bit older than me. You know what I'm saying? So like how's that transition working with the athletes right now? You coaching.
So I would say I'm making a huge impact.
Okay.
Especially on my athletes because they've seen I've been there.
Okay.
From a small school trying to go D1. So I feel like they see me in a different lens almost. So I continue to like be that good role model and that good
I got you.
Set a good example for them. And not even just them, athletes who look up to me, who follow me on social media. Even my former athletes that I've coached, just continuing to be that good role model for them. But up to now, I feel like I've gotten a good response from
I love that
athletes, and I'm making a huge impact.
Okay, so as a coach, because I think a lot of times as you go into coaching, so do you ever see yourself as a head coach? Or you want to like build your resume?
As of now, I'm learning all the ins and outs of coaching. There's always something to learn in coaching. Nobody knows everything.
That's true.
So I'm just taking it day by day, continuing to learn, and maybe one day, I move up to the college level, maybe even NFL one day.
I got you.
But right now, I'm just taking it one day at a time and being where my feet are in coaching right now.
So give us 3 things that you miss about playing. What are the 3 things that you truly like? Because somebody going to watch the video and be like, man, I feel the same way. What's 3 things as an athlete, as a football D1, because you got to put D1 athlete, even though D3, that don't matter, but I'm saying as a D1 athlete to play at such a high level, like what are the 3 things you miss?
Well, first, I would just say the brotherhood. Like there's no other feeling than being with your brothers.
The journey.
The journey, trying to get, trying to be successful together, the ride, the grind, blood, sweat, and tears we shed together. The second one I would say is just the overall grind of college football,
waking up every day, eating right,
the nutrition, everything about it, the blood, sweat, and tears, as I mentioned. And I would just say, also talking about the grind, like I miss the hitting drills, the long practices, the long workouts, you wake up in the morning, you're sore, you're all bruised up. I know it might sound crazy to some people, but I miss that. I miss that feeling.
Don't. I mean, you gotta, to me, when I look at athletes, I look at like entrepreneurship and all. It's like they all correlate together though, because it's like it's the mental mindset. You got to be a psycho,
exactly.
To be honest, to go out there on that football field. And I love when people who never played sports try to talk about athletes. I'm like, bro, have you played sports? You sitting here, you talking about these athletes like it's a different, grind when it comes to being a college D1 athlete. So
exactly, bro.
I'm like, so. As a kid, so when you look back at your life as a kid, okay, and what you had to go through, and then you go to college, when you look at everything together, do you think it helped you be a better person in college growing up in high school?
Repeat that question.
So like growing up in high school, like everything you had to do, like I got to be the man in the house, got to be this. Do you think that truly helped you be a better college athlete?
I would say yes. I'm very I'm a very humble and independent person. So
I got you.
Living by myself for the first time in college, I was already prepared for that.
Okay.
And I had to take care of people growing up. So no, I believe it translated me well in college. And even so today, I'm a very independent person. Like,
yeah,
I have my wife. My wife is my everything. We've been together since high school.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
When you got married though, what year? How old was you?
I'm 27.
So how would you?
When did I get married?
Yeah.
2022. So I was 22.
Okay. Which is it's a young age, but if you've been with her, it's somebody
I've been with her forever.
That's been with, but I'm saying somebody you can truly trust that been with your ups and your downs, you know. So I think that's something that people need to hear too. Is like, man, like he have a support system.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of athletes don't have a support system. It's when it comes to a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because they all over the place with women.
Yeah.
And so let's talk about your mental today. How is your mental today? Do you feel like the depression is still there because you want to go back, you miss it? Or do you just feel like, man, okay, I'm learning through these kids? Not young men, not kids.
So when you go through forms of mental health or depression, it doesn't go away. You know, there's always going to be those days where the negative thoughts creep in. Like, what if this didn't happen? What if that didn't happen?
Man.
And it's something I constantly battle today. You know, sorry, I get a little emotional.
Nah,
right
that's
now,
okay.
But,
that's okay.
You know, when you've been working your whole life as a kid
for a goal
and dreams and aspirations, and they're suddenly taken away from you, it ain't easy. It ain't easy.
It ain't easy.
Yes, I'm in a good place now, but it ain't all sunshines and rainbows. And I look at a lot of guys in the league today, and I'm just looking at them, thinking to myself, like, man, I was better than these dudes. Like, even still today, right now, I feel like I'm better than a lot of these guys, and I compete with these dudes.
Yeah.
Like, that's just the mentality and the mindset that I have in myself.
It's never gonna change, though.
Never. So
I do want to hold on, before you say that, I do want to side though. Out of the 40 games you could have played, how many did you play? 4 years, 10, it was 10 games a year, huh?
Yeah, I would say about half of them.
Okay.
Because my freshman year, I redshirted, didn't really play much.
Okay.
And then my sophomore season, I had 2 concussions that kept me off the field.
Okay.
But I ended up foregoing my redshirt senior season because that COVID year gave us another year.
Oh, yeah.
So I could have had another year.
Okay. I say that because I think people probably want to know, like, I wonder how many games he played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is good.
Could have played a lot more.
Yeah.
But my career was cut short.
Which could be for the better, though, because at the end of the day, you see people like Junior Seau. Didn't he kill himself? Like, was that him? The linebacker
from
San Diego. This is a couple years ago. This is maybe about 8 or 9 years ago. But he ended up killing himself because they said, what is it called?
A CTE?
Yes, CTE. Yeah. So, like,
that's a serious thing.
So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes God positions you to be like, hey, back up, reevaluate, let me reposition you. You know what I'm saying? And so that, you know.
That'll go with my next point. So I'm blessed that I was able to find my purpose because a lot of athletes, when they get done playing, they don't find it and they get lost.
It's crazy.
They get, a sport they've been playing their whole life, their identity's wrapped into it. And so was mine. You know, so they get lost and they don't find their purpose, and it doesn't end well for a lot of them.
It don't.
So I'm just blessed that I was able to find my purpose, and that's continuing to do what I do now, making an impact and making a difference.
All right, so let's talk about, this is how I look at life. I look at life as chapters. Okay, right now you're on chapter 27. All right. Every year you born is a new chapter of your life. And each chapter have 365 days. Some got 366. What is your chapter 28, 29, chapter 30? What you want to add to that? Because I say that because I believe we all writing our own story right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what do you want to add in this book? Because right now, from the 27 to 18, you added some of your depression, some of your, like, what do you want to add positive going into these next chapters?
You know, I enjoy doing what I do now.
Okay.
Making a difference, making an impact on kids who look up to me. So I can't really give you an exact answer.
Okay.
I see myself doing what I'm doing now for a long time.
Okay.
And like I said, maybe I move up to the college level. Maybe I move to the NFL. Who knows? But right now, I'm just enjoying where I'm at, and I will be doing something in the future that's making an impact.
I love it.
I will
love
say
it.
that.
And you know what? I think it's important that that people hear your purpose. They hear, because there's somebody gonna watch the video and say, "Hey, you know what? Man, I am kind of depressed. I used to play." Because my thing is, you don't want to be the person that's 40, 50, 60 have the shoulda, woulda, couldas. You want to be like, okay, once you transition, and I like where your mindset is at right now. Your mindset is on, hey, I'm making an impact and I'm transitioning to something that I love to do, which is something tough. Because it's people that I personally meet, they just living.
Mm-hmm.
And to see you at such a young age, man, it's so encouraging, especially for the next generation. And some older people might see you and be like, if he done it, I can do it,
Mm-hmm.
which is really important. So a little bit, I like to say off the record, so your wife, how impactful have she been to you?
Man, she's been my everything, She's been my rock through all the ups, the downs. Like I said, we've been together since high school. So she's seen, and I've seen her, she's seen every phase of my life.
So y'all growing together.
Growing together. And if it wasn't for her, I don't know where I would be. If it wasn't for her.
Hey, that's
no
good.
telling.
That's good.
Yeah, man, she's my everything.
Yeah, so, and I think people need to understand, like, that part too is like, if you could find somebody that can help you on your journey, because we all on a journey, and then everybody's journey is different, and that's why I think it's so important. So, all right, so another thing is, give us some advice when it comes to D1 athletes. So if you have a high school kid, pretty much, what is some advice you can give him that can say, man, because he might be like, well, look, I got all these offers. I'm going to go to every, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is some advice?
I would say just continue to work hard, keep your circle small. Surround yourself with people that have the same dreams and aspirations as you.
That's good.
Especially for elite athletes, because you're going to be pulled in a lot of different directions. Come do this, come try this, come go to this party, do that. So learning how to say no and sacrificing things if you want to be great. Because even when I was in high school and even college, I didn't go to parties, I didn't drink, I didn't do any of that stuff. I was solely focused on what I needed to do, and that was getting better at football each and every day. I went to sleep thinking about football, woke up thinking about football.
I love it.
So I believe that's how these athletes need to be.
I just told my little nephew that he's in the 8th grade. I'm like, bro, when I kept a basketball in my hand because I love basketball. Like, you should, whatever sport you love, you should keep it in your hands.
Exactly.
You gotta feel it. You gotta dream. You gotta already see it. So I think that is so important that people need to understand, like, that part.
If you're trying to be great, you gotta know how to make sacrifices. If you're trying to be great,
I tell people, D plus D equals D. And this is a formula that I talked about a while back. Your dedication, all right, and your discipline can get you the deal you're looking for. But you got to be dedicated and disciplined, though. So tell the people when it comes to being a D1 athlete, like, give us a schedule. What your schedules look like? Because some people don't know the schedule. They just thinking, they just play football and then they go sit in their dorm. Like, what was your schedule?
Man, well, it really depends on what time of season we're in.
Yeah.
But I'll talk about fall camp and during the season.
Okay.
You got to wake up. You either have...
what time, though? Give us a time.
Well, I'll talk about during the season.
Okay, during the season.
So on top of classes and everything.
It's a lot.
You got to wake up. Meals are mandatory. So you got to...
So explain that. Meals are mandatory.
So
you got to eat
3 meals a day.
Okay.
The nutrition center.
I got you.
You have to check in, eat meals. On top of that, I was 175 when I went to college. 2 months later, I was like 190. And that's muscle. That's fat. So they put the weight on you. So I would say you got to go to meals. On top of classes, depending on how many classes you have throughout the day. On top of meetings, practice. If you have treatment, you're banged up, treatment is mandatory. If you don't go to treatment, then
can't play,
or you get punishment or whatever. tutoring, study hall. If you're studying for a test, you got study hall. People don't know. Yes, we're getting our college paid for, but they don't know everything that goes. They don't know the ins and outs.
That's a lot, bro.
It's a lot, and if you haven't been through it, you won't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And on top of workouts, see how it was at A&M. Our position groups were separated throughout the day. So like DBs went at 10 o'clock.
You got film study too, huh? You got to watch film?
Yeah, exactly.
Was it every day or just certain days a week?
Every day before practice. Right before practice, we have meetings, film, then we go out to the field and practice. And we don't get done with practice till, no telling. Some teams practice in the morning, some teams practice in the afternoon. But
so I have a question though. Is you watching film on yourself or the other team?
Both.
Okay. That's good to know because some people be like, oh, I'm watching film, I want to see who I'm playing against. Well, you also got to watch, are you doing the right technique? Yeah. Are you know what I'm saying?
Some kids nowadays, they just look at themselves,
That's what I'm saying.
How good I look, trying to get their highlights together. But like, I've learned, especially now that I'm in coaching, like you have to study the other opponent. Like if I'm playing this receiver one game, how is his stance? How is his releases off the
tendencies,
line? His tendencies, what he does right, what he does wrong. So just studying the opponent as well, something I got really good at. So yeah, man, it's a lot that goes into college football.
And I want you to say that because some of the kids need to hear that. They need to hear like, bro, so you telling me I gotta go eat food 3 times a day? Like, bro, you gotta go eat.
And sometimes that's not even enough. Like I'm still hungry after that. You gotta fill other meals in.
Got you. So I think people need to, especially when because you got to think about it. Now, you go and work out, you going actually going to practice. There's a lot of stuff going on, and you getting hungry, you drinking water, you just like, so I think it's good for people to hear that because I don't think people understand the grind.
They don't.
You know what I'm saying? And when I think about the grind, I think about like, wow, like, that's why me personally, I watch sports, but I never criticize people.
Yeah.
Because you don't know what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? Even like being like a Shador fan, just seeing what he went through. Like, we don't know what these people going through. They mental could be,
exactly.
It can be really tough.
Especially it's bad nowadays with social media, man.
Man. Cut your comments off because they coming.
Yeah, like you said, you never know what somebody's going through.
You don't know
they could be having a bad day. And us athletes, I don't care what no athlete says, like they shut their social media off, whatever. We all pay attention to it.
You better.
We all pay attention to it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
because people be atting you though.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing. So imagine you getting all these at, and then you got 200,000-300,000 ats at you. You like, and it's always the people behind the computer talking crap, and you're like, yo, I don't even have a picture of themselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is this?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, so as a coach, how do you take your coaching? We're finna dive deep in this part. Your coaching and your plan. How do you correlate them together? Is it the same type of work ethic?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Being on both sides.
Okay.
And especially that I've actually played at that level.
Yes.
I can show my athletes a lot of stuff that I've learned. I can translate it into them and help in their game. But I would say just the overall of coaching and playing, still got to wake up early.
True.
Still got to, me personally, I still work out daily. Try to stay in shape. Got to eat, obviously. And it's long days. Being an athlete and a coach is very similar. It's not much different to me.
Yeah. I mean, because people like, I want to be a coach. I'm like, first of all, to me, and I always say this, I'm like, I don't think and this is me, that's how I feel to ESPN too. If you haven't played, you shouldn't analyze.
Yeah.
I feel like that. I don't know. I just feel like it's not fair.
Yes.
It's not fair to the athletes that you analyzing them athletes and you never played.
I totally
you know what I'm
agree
saying?
with that,
And as a coach, I see a lot of little peewee coaches. I'm like, bro, some of y'all ain't never played, but y'all bullying these kids. I'm like, that's not fair.
Exactly. I don't think you should, my opinion, I don't think you should coach a sport you've never played in your life. Like, I'm not going to go out there and coach baseball. I don't know a lick of baseball.
That's true.
I don't have a shame of saying it. I'm not going to get out there and coach it because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I would say coaching, it's a little more, I would say, because, you have to get there before the players.
Yes.
And you have to stay after when the players leave. whether that's, breaking down film or doing whatever. So, but it's all pretty much the same.
All right, let's get into some fun questions. What's the best athlete you ever went up against, and why? I didn't know why though.
The best athlete I would say is Jalen Waddle from Alabama. He was with the Miami Dolphins, now he's with the Broncos.
Okay.
He was just I played nickel, so I had to guard the slot receiver. And he was real shifty and short, fast as hell. So it was real hard to guard him. But so I would say that would be the best.
So the slot, the X and the Y, which one's the hardest to guard?
Slot, for sure.
Slot.
The inside receiver.
Those
are the most shiftiest
crazy
guys.
work.
The outside receivers are usually the taller ones, the not as fast.
Yeah.
Would depend on the offense, but I would say slot for sure.
So when you look at the NFL today and you look at college, how do you see the correlation of each other as a coach? Because right now you're coaching, so you get the chance to see is it the same?
Well, when I was playing, it wasn't the same.
Okay.
I love college football a lot more than the NFL. I did back then. I do now.
I got you.
But nowadays, I would say it's the same because kids are getting paid now.
They getting paid.
Big money. You don't even got to make it to the league nowadays.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
you might make $20 million.
It's crazy. But I would say nowadays it's pretty much the same. College is basically like a smaller NFL. You got contracts now. You got deals. So I would say,
and I think Deion is the only coach I really see that really tells them kids y'all getting paid, so you better do your job.
Yep.
But some coaches be they kind of I want to keep this player. At this point, you can't keep no player. If the money is better on the other side, exactly. I'm gonna get that money.
And that's what a lot of kids are focused on nowadays is the money. They don't care about the tradition of the college or the coaching staff.
Nah.
Kids nowadays, they do one little thing doesn't go their way, they hopping in the portal.
That's
another thing I hate, the transfer portal.
I hate it.
Coaches are getting out. Was Nick Saban, for example. He got out of college football because you can't build a program
Getting
anymore.
too crazy.
Too crazy. You can't build it year after year after year. Because when I was playing, if you transferred, you had to wait a whole year.
Yeah.
Sit out a whole year to play.
I think you can have it, but I also think if I'm the commissioner, I'm gonna say 2 years. You gotta stay 2 years at least. You know what I'm saying? I'll put that in there. If you transfer, you gotta stay at least 2 years, then you can transfer. But hey, I'm not the commissioner. They letting them do whatever they want. They running wild.
And I would cut down the amount of times they can transfer.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Some people transfer 6, 7 times.
That's true. I see some 25, 26-year-old in college. I'm like,
crazy,
man, how y'all get that old?
It's crazy.
But it's all right. So toughest stadium you play in and why? What's the toughest stadium? Was it loud? Was it
other than Kyle Field? I would say Georgia 2019. It was wet, raining,
crazy,
and it was loud. It was a close game too. And their stadium's kind of like a bowl. It's not closed in, but it's kind of
full. Packed,
full
in capacity.
The noise is right over you, so it was loud. A lot of people say Death Valley LSU Stadium. I think it's overrated.
You think it's overrated? You played in it.
I played in it. It's overrated.
Yeah.
I would say Georgia.
The LSU fans gonna come for you.
They can come for me.
They gonna come for you. They gonna be like, don't say that.
Aggie fans they got my back.
All right. What was your welcome to college football moment? What was that moment? You was like, oh, hold on, I'm in college football.
I would say my first ever summer workout as a freshman.
So it wasn't in the game, though?
It wasn't in the game.
Okay, because the game felt like high school? Or did it feel...
Well, when I started getting on the field, it felt
normal.
Yeah,
okay, I got
When I was, a freshman, redshirted, it was a little fast for me, but, I picked it up quick. So I would say my first summer workout, it was hot. It was hot. And I wasn't big on, hydrating, warming up good before workouts. I was straight out of high school. I just thought I should go out there and... So I remember we were pulling 50-pound chains across our waist, across the field, gasters. And I remember after that, I could barely walk. I was so dehydrated. And I remember going home and I caught a fever in the middle of the night. What was the middle? I forgot. I had caught a fever and I was having chills and stuff. So I ended up calling the trainers. I was like, I don't feel good. Can y'all come over here? Yeah, help me, give me something. So I ended up coming over there, and I had to get an IV and everything.
Wow.
I was so dehydrated. And after that, that had never happened to me again. You know, I was well prepared for every workout after that.
I think people, once you get and I like that reference you use, because once you get the experience, then you're like, okay, I know what I need to do next time.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of times. So so when you're looking at college football, and like when you was on the field, like, man, is the impact, when I say impact, well, they hit in high school nowadays, they just as big as college players. So like, was the impact the same? Like the hits? You know, sometimes I know you've been blindsided before.
I haven't.
You haven't? Oh, wow.
So in high school, I played receiver and DB. Like offense, I played everything.
Okay.
But in college, I solely focused on defense.
Okay.
So I was doing the hitting. So I've never, in high school, I've taken big hits because I played offense too.
I got you.
But defense in college, I was doing the hitting, and I love hitting. I would say the impact's the same.
So you like so you rather be a DN than a receiver?
A DB?
A DB than a receiver.
Yeah.
You rather be?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I love, like I said,
some people they want the touchdown, they want the glory, they want the.
Some colleges, when I was getting recruited, wanted me a receiver. Like if you go watch my high school highlights, I was cold at receiver.
Okay.
But like I said, I like hitting people, so I loved playing defense.
Yeah, which I think is, once you figure out what side of the ball you want to be on. So, another question: when you look at Travis Hunter and you see what he does, do you think everybody can do that? You got to be one of one.
I believe
because you play receiver and you play.
I could have played both. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'd say it's very possible.
It's possible.
A lot of colleges don't. College coaches don't want you doing that.
Okay.
You know, like Deion's different. Like he don't care.
Yeah.
But I would say a lot of athletes could do it.
Okay. Yeah, because it seems like you just got to have a lot of stamina.
Yeah.
If you ain't got the stamina, you ain't gonna better make it.
Yeah, you got to be different though.
You got to be one on one. You got to be one on one.
Yeah.
And that's very few. Like, you know, when I look at the league, they have 1,500 people outside of the practice squad that suit up every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So like 1,500 people. How many colleges? There's 300 something D1, D3, D2 colleges. The number, when you start looking at the number, it's like just to be a D1 athlete, you special. Period. And I say that because when I look at athletes, I'm like, and the people be talking crazy. I'm like, these dudes are special. It doesn't matter. Even if you make it, it's like, even if you look at the NBA, 450 players, you special.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how you look at it, like, he's sorry. They're not sorry. So speak to the athlete that's saying that they feel like they're about to go to college and they feel like, hey man, what I need to be prepared for mentally. Tell them when you look into the camera, what they need to mentally be prepared for though. They're finna be their senior year, they're about to go to college. Something that you wasn't prepared for that they need to be prepared for.
Man, I would just say take your mental health seriously.
That's good.
Because a lot of people, like I said, during that time, I didn't know what depression was. And a lot of people still today don't know what depression is. You know, there's a stat I looked at, and it was like over 80% of people in this world have been through some form of depression and don't even know it.
Wow.
It's crazy. So I would say, you know, if you're feeling off, you know, don't think you're weird or anything like that. Like try to talk to people, try to do things you enjoy doing, you know, to get your mind off stuff. So yeah, I would just say take your mental health seriously.
So what do you go back and tell your 15-year-old self so that your 22-year-old self would be better?
That's a good question.
You know, like, what do you tell yourself though? Because, you know, you look at yourself at 15 and then you look at yourself at 22, 23, you know, if you can go back, what do you tell him?
No, man, I don't know.
It's a tough question because
it is.
Because you really gotta go back and like, that's why I told you earlier, every life has chapters.
Uh-huh.
Every year is a chapter. And when you understand the chapter, you're like, man, how can I make this chapter of my life better? You know, every day we wake up, you're writing your story though. You know?
I know. I would say just enjoy the moment. Like, enjoy the journey, because you never know when it's going to be your last day.
That's true.
Just enjoy every ounce of it. And I wish that yes, my career was cut short, but I wish I would have enjoyed every single step of the way, because I didn't know my career was going to be taken from me like that.
That's crazy.
So just enjoying every moment and taking it in. So that's what I would say.
So tell us something interesting about you that nobody know about you. Give us something interesting, something like people don't understand, because like some people might know you a certain type of way, but they don't know.
There's
like,
a couple things.
Okay.
The first one I would say is I'm really good at pool. I'm
Okay.
a pool shark. I'll take somebody's money real quick on the pool table.
Man, you got good by practicing, or you just?
Yeah, I've been playing pool for a while since I was a kid.
I got you.
So yeah, I still play today. You know, so I've been playing for a while.
Okay.
Then I would say is I can fight.
So
I've been boxing for a while.
Okay.
I started off with MMA, but
that's like the toughest sport right there.
Yeah, it is. I would say I was training MMA for a little bit, but that was while I was still playing football. So it was a lot on my body with the wrestling, the kicks, stuff like that. So I started focusing more on boxing. And I feel like I caught on to it real quick, and I got pretty good at it. You know, I've sparred a few professional boxers.
Hey.
And, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm a really humble guy, but I'll just say that they've been doing it their whole life, and I was only doing it like 5 years at the time.
It is what it is.
And it was good work.
Good work.
That's all I'll say.
So, you know, and so I want you to think about something though, because and we've got another maybe 10 minutes. We're gonna close the podcast out, but I have a couple questions that you're not prepared for. But I want you to really be authentic with these questions though, and with these answers. So tell us about your faith. You know, who you believe in. You know, like
I'm a Christian. I have a strong belief in my faith.
Okay.
You know, when I've been at rock bottom in my life,
Mm.
when you hit rock bottom, all there is God.
That's
you know?
true.
So, you know, I'm big in my faith. God's helped me through a lot of stuff, man. I pray constantly. That's something I do. You know, when I'm stressed, pray, give it all to God, and He'll handle it.
And I think, you know, a lot of times, because, you know, some people will say things like, yeah, you know, I'm just trying to find my way. I'm like, bro, you better find Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Don't try to find your way, brother. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Fire questions, quick answers. Here we go. If you had to choose out of all the sports in the world, you could play 2 sports, what would they be?
Football and track.
Also, if you had to choose, this is a tough question because I've seen this on social media. If you had to choose motivation over money, which one would you choose?
Motivation as in like
life? Like, do you need motivation or money? Or do you need both?
Motivation. Like, I mean,
you think you're like
you need motivation, but like money's not everything. Don't get me wrong, it's not.
But you need it.
Yeah, you need it.
So you need both.
I would say both.
So, confidence or cockiness when you play sports, do you need both?
Well, as a DB, you need.
I'm asking you because some people.
I would say confidence, not cockiness. Because a lot of people are cocky. They do all the talking.
They be good too, though.
Some be good, but a lot of them, they just be talking.
That's true.
They just be talking and they're not really about it. But I would say confidence is all you need. Your confidence will, I would say, override your cockiness. People would think you're cocky, but you're just confident.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna ask you. Next question is, passion or purpose? Which one more important? Or you need both?
Passion or purpose?
This is rapid fire questions.
You need both.
Okay, why?
Because purpose, I mean, if you don't have a purpose, like if if I didn't have my purpose, then
That's true.
I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now.
But you need to also be passionate.
You need to be passionate about it. Like if I'm just going out there just to be out there, like I'm passionate about coaching. I'm passionate about making these kids better. I'm passionate about what I do. So you could tell how I speak sometimes. Like so you have to have both.
Yeah, and I think it's important because I think you need both. You know, because some people think, oh man, you know, I as long as I got my passion, I'm like, bro, if you ain't you need to start with the purpose and make sure the passion is built in with it.
Yep.
Because you can have passion, but then if there's no purpose behind it, it ain't gonna last long. I'm telling you. You can be passionate about something, but if it ain't making you no money, you ain't. It's like, bro, just get up, do something else. And so I think that's what's super important. In life, 27 years on this earth, give us, not in football, but something tough that you can remember right now, and you overcame it, and you said, okay, if I overcame this, I can overcome anything.
When I was depressed in college.
Okay, so you feel like that was the moment, so you overcome this.
I was in a dark place, man. A real dark place. So I believe if I can pull myself out of that, then I can achieve anything.
That's good to know. All right, so we're going to go down this lane real quick. So we're looking at your tombstone, all right? What is something you want on your tombstone so people can remember you by? So they're going to write it on your tombstone, and we can go verify with your social media.
Be different. That's in my bio on all my social medias.
I like
just
that.
Being different. Like just be yourself, because I'm very different. Like I'm authentic. Like I'm myself all the time, but I'm different.
I like that.
You know, I may not listen to the same music as you. I may not watch the same TV shows.
That's true.
Like
I might not watch TV at all. Like me, I don't watch TV. I got other things
different.
To do. I got other things to do.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on something different. So I mean, it's okay. So I like that. Man, we're gonna continue on this path. People standing up at your funeral. What do you expect people to say about you that you have done while you was here? What do you expect people to say? Me, I want people to stand up and say, this dude Lloyd, he inspired me. He pushed me to greatness. What do you want people to say about you?
Kind of relating to that, I would say, he made a difference. He helped so many people. And I've seen this quote before that, how does it go? And a coach can change many people's lives as the average person does in a lifetime. How does that go?
That's deep though. Because like one of my crazy goals is to help.
Here it is. Coach, 1 year in coaching, you can change a lot of people's lives in 1 year than the average person does in a lifetime.
I agree.
So I would say just, continuing to, like, when they say Devin was different. He helped so many people and was always himself.
So listen, as we close it out, is there anything inspirational you want to leave people with? Something that you can speak into the camera and just say, hey, my name is, and this is what I think you should do with your life. Anything inspirational you want to leave people with?
I would just say, if you're watching this, I hope this interview has helped you, speaking about my journey and my mental health struggles. If you're ever going through some form of mental health, reach out to people. You can reach out to me at my social medias at DMorris_11 on Twitter, Instagram, everything. So if you're going through something, reach out, talk to somebody, and it's okay to not be okay. That's what I would say.
Man, that's so good. Look, I personally appreciate you for showing up, giving people the information. I think once we chop the video up and we get it to where we want it to be, I think people are going to be inspired by it, because we all have a story. And to me, everybody's story impact millions of people. It's just a matter of how many people see your story, though. Because there's somebody right now going through the same moment you went through.
Yep.
So I tell people, don't take your moments for granted, because it's so important that every moment is a moment in your chapter, is a moment in your book that somebody can read and say, man, this moment helped me. as an individual, man. So my prayer to you is for you to be the best coach, for you to have every goals and dreams you ever wanted to do, make it happen. And don't give up, man.
Sir.
Do not give up, because a lot of people give up, man, because they really get into this mindset of like, well, because we live in the microwave generation, which to me, is the food better cooked in a microwave, or is the Thanksgiving meal better?
Home cooked Thanksgiving meal.
That's what I'm saying.
It takes time.
Takes time, bro. So if you don't learn nothing else in life, I tell people, take time. Your life, you don't have to be in a rush, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to happen when it's happening. If you believe in God, it's never on your time, it's on his timing.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
I'm good, bro. I appreciate you for having me, man.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for coming, man. Listen, this has been an amazing interview. When I show y'all what we're going to create, I always tell you guys 3 things: design your life, create your brand, and leave your legacy. Because without that, everybody must die empty. We see you guys in the next video.